Hey YouTube fan, just Tychondrus here doing another action figure review. Now, just before I proceed, just want to say that these video reviews are intended for collectors over the age of 13, just to abide by the FTC and COPA rules. So, what I'm reviewing today is actually a figure 2 set that came. Now, I didn't get the full exclusive set. It comes with a ring. So it's the WWEternia, or Masters of the WWEternia line, and it's the John Cena and Triple H figure that come packed exclusively with the it's called the Greyskull Ring set. So there's two ways of getting the ring. You can get it on its own without the figures, or you can get it with the figures, which is a little bit more expensive. But I was just wanting the figures themselves, so I picked up the figures. And the two figures you get, as I said, is John Cena with a kind of He-Man style power harness, and he comes with a clear translucent He-Man style shield and battle axe. He has kind of a mixture of classic Masters of the Universe look and wrestler look, obviously with the jeans, the shorts, or jean shorts, and the runners, as opposed to kind of like boots or furry boots, and doesn't have a furry loincloth. And then Terror Claws Triple H, who comes with obviously Terror Claws, which are look exactly the same as the ones that Skeletor used come with. Now, just in case you're wondering where I'm reviewing this one, this is a vintage Masters of the Universe Castle Greyskull that I picked up off eBay. It's in really good condition, but it's not not everything is perfect on it. So the little training dummy thing is kind of broken at the clip here, and it's missing one of the legs, and the weapon racks are missing a few pegs. I have most of the weapons with it, which is quite rare, because usually the weapons are nearly all missing on it. There's only one weapon or two weapons missing from it, but overall it was in really good nick. I even have the blaster stand, which is a rare, apparently it's an older version, it's one of the first versions. Sorry, you'd be able to see it if Triple H wasn't in the way. So it actually doesn't have the thing that holds this in place, it just sits on this. So it's kind of an older version, but like any of these figures can actually wield the weapons and stuff in this, which is pretty cool. So if I just showcase there, you can actually get these wrestling figures to actually hold these, which is pretty cool. So now I don't have the card that these came with. I pretty much chucked it as soon as I got it, because it was only just the clamshell that was around the two figures, it wasn't the full backing, so I don't have that to show. But the figures themselves, standing around the 5.5 inches, if you put them in the classic style He-Man pose, where the legs are sort of slightly bent, you get them to stand in the 5.5 stance. So if I just bring my tape measure in, you can see that. But if you stand up the legs properly, you'd actually almost get them closer to 6 inches, which is kind of cool. Because you can actually, the great thing about this line, it's a precursor to the new Masters of the Universe Origins line that Mattel are developing. Unfortunately, that line isn't due out till fall 2020, it says. So they have been teasing us with a few images of Trapjaw with his classic zipline kind of style gimmick, and I'm hoping with Toy Fair coming up, well, at the time of this recording, Toy Fair 2020 in New York for February is coming up soon. I'm hoping they'll showcase some more stuff. Like, we did get a teaser of at least Wave 2 and I think images of Wave 3 and 4 that they're planning. So hopefully we might get more images. Actually, sorry, those are images of the WWE Masters of the Universe. Hopefully they'll give us images of the actual Masters of the Universe line that they're planning. So overall, I have reviewed one of these figures already on my channel, which is this guy. It is the single carded version of Triple H, and this is the Skull King version. So he came with a big mallet, he came with battle armor, and he came with a Skull King mask. And if you want, you can give all that battle armor to this guy. Now, the way this line is set up, I'll just go through the articulation quickly. So the arms are on joints, so I can go out that much. you can rotate them all the way around. You just have to be a little careful. You have to do it at a slight angle, because if you do it straight out, it'll pop the arm out, but they are intended to pop back in. Or elbows are on a single joint with a swivel. Wrists are on a swivel with a hinge. Waist swivel. You got hinges in the hips, so they can go out that much, forward, back that much, not much. You got single jointed knee with a swivel. You got a boot cut swivel. Then you got rocker ankles, which really greatly increases this line's potential. Again, as I said, these are going to be precursors to the Masters of the Universe Origins line, so any of the articulation that are on this will more than likely be on those figures, depending on sculpts. So like stuff like Roboto will have a unique body, I would imagine, because it's clear translucent body. Head is on a ball joint as well, so you can get some great side to side tilt, forward, back, and rotate all the way around. And I'll have to do this off screen, so bear with me a moment, because it's a pain to get it popped off. So the heads are on pegs. They are designed to pop out, as is the waist. So if you have that body armor from the other Triple H figure, you can pop his head back on the ball joint and slide it on. You can armor him up. I don't have his big mace with me, but if you just give him the actual Terror Claws, he just looks just as cool. And give him the Skull King head, so you can get him looking pretty evil with his all black deco and black and silver deco compared to the purple. I mean, you can give the Terror Claws to this guy and he'll look like purple and black, but I prefer the all black, and the icons on the knee pads and on the trunks do kind of match this a bit more. So you can get him to, oh, there goes Cena. You can get him to wheel this stuff a lot cooler. And then just to show him off, Cena has the exact same stuff, so same articulation points, same ball jointed head. It's easier to pop his one off because the hair isn't kind of getting in the way as you're trying to pop the head out. His harness is also removable. It's just on a peg at the back. If you want, you can just completely disassemble his chest and take the arms off and just slide the whole thing off. His waist is also, if I can just do it, his waist also pops out. So if you want, if I just bring in the other one, the other Triple H I have. So if you want, you can have a Triple H wielding jeans, and you can have a John Cena wielding the purple leggings if you want. The other thing that's cool on these is these knee legs pop off at the swivel. So if you want Cena to have boots, you can actually swap these over. Now I haven't taken the legs off, or the lower legs off Cena, just for the pure fact that they're quite tight, so I don't really want to overstress the joint or anything like that. But you can do that if you wish. So if I just put the two Triple H's together and give Cena back his gear, well, Cena back his weapons. Now the one thing about getting the weapons on Cena, his hands, he's supposed to grip onto the shield, but it's hard to kind of get him to hold the shield and flip it around his, clip it around his wrist. So what I tend to do is just clip it at the wrist, and it's not held in on the piece at the front, but he can, it takes a bit of fiddling with him to get him to actually hold it properly, but you can get him to hold it. Now, just get him to stand properly, would be nice, with his weapons in tow. He doesn't feel like he wants to fall forward for some reason. Try and angle, there we go. So you can get Cena and the two Triple H's. So does that make it, one Triple H does make it not quadruple H, but what would be 6 times H? But I'm not sure. So overall, they're a really good line. As I said, they are a precursor to the Masters of the Universe Origins line. Now, just to show you, if I just get them in a seated position, I'll move the camera up. You can have some of the stuff like vintage Masters of the Universe. Bear with me a moment. So you can get them, and they look perfect in the stuff like the vintage tassel Greyskull and things like that. So you have, this is probably going to destroy everything below it. You can hear from the loud crashing sounds. So just see if I can get this to work on camera. This may be foolish of me to try, but we will try. So let me just bring them up. So you can do, this is probably going to fail miserably for me, but if you can do that, you can drop him into the trapdoor. And he drops down just like the vintage Masters of the Universe figures would do. So overall, it's a really good line. I know, as I said, I keep saying it's a precursor to the Origins line. If you are a fan of Masters of the Universe, it's a great line to pick up. Because the potential of swapping parts with, if you want, you can give Skeletor, when he gets released, the black Tower Claws instead of the blue ones that he normally had, and you make him look even cooler and more evil, things like that. You can give He-Man the translucent weaponry from Cena, or you can even give him John Cena's power harness for whatever reason you want to. I mean, it's stuff like that that's going to hopefully keep this line going. I know there's a Many Faces style wrestler guy coming out. I can't remember what he's called, but then there's other stuff like Scareglow, which is the Undertaker done as Scareglow, which is a great concept. And there's another John Cena, kind of a single pack John Cena coming out, and I think he's done as Faker, so he's like a blue version of John Cena. And so there you go, guys. There is a good potential for some interesting stuff for this line. I do hope it continues, and I do hope it gets the support that it needs. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, Mattel hasn't released these over here, so I picked all these up from various places. From, I think it was mostly, actually all of these came from eBay. I'm going to try and get the other figures if I can, and hopefully Mattel and their infinite wisdom will actually release these over in Europe and Ireland. I don't know if they are released in Europe. They could be in the UK, but I haven't heard of them being spotted in any other European countries. Well, as I'm Irish, I haven't seen them over here in Ireland at all. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video review of the Masters of the Universe, or Masters of the WWE Universe, Terror Claws, Triple H, and John Cena. And I can't remember if John Cena had a sub-line to him, probably like the most powerful man, John Cena, or something along those lines. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this video review, and as I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys!